So good evening, everybody, and welcome back to FTRL. It is Wednesday, it is Valentine's Day, and what better Valentine's present could we give you than a night's exciting and dramatic and romantic racing? We have hit the halfway stage of season 23, and we did it with another exciting, dramatic race at Bathurst last week. And the second half of the season commences with another sprint week here at the Tokyo Central Clockwise Loop. Now, I don't believe this is a circuit we've ever done in FTRL before, so this is the first, and we've sent out the cannon fodder that is GT3 to do it. So let's see how they get on. Of course, last time we were at Bathurst, it was an endurance race, and we saw a titanic battle between Dusty Fossil and the returning unsafe release. Those two went head to head. And it was Dusty Fossil who prevailed, and with that he has opened up a comfortable lead at the top of the standings as we hit the halfway stage. His nearest rival, FTRL Autism, or aka Co-Andy, dropping back a little bit now, with Joker just a point behind in third. So it really is between those three for the title. How will they get on this week? Names and information up. Slight change format then. We have got 3 races this evening in the sprint format. Normally it's just the 2 slightly longer ones. However, we did a miscalculation on the number of laps because somebody picked the wrong circuit. Did the times on. We'll blame Jonesy for that. And as a result, we ended up with 2 rather short races. So instead, we're going to be doing three short races, 3 sprint races this week. So an extra one to cram in because we love you that much. We're going to give you more racing. That's what we're going to do. Just already set a blue flag saying enjoy getting into it with the walls. Absolutely. Well, as Dusty Fossil doing just that. We're going to go on board with him then for a lap of this very tight and narrow but high speed circuit here in Tokyo. This is the start finish straight. It's difficult to pick out, but here we go. The lap starts now. Speed starts to build then, weaving through this S section. What a very tricky blind right-hander. High speed as well. Got to throw it in, get out to the wall again. And we're going to do the same again here. A little bit more open here though. You can use the camber there, get right up against the wall on the left and into the tunnel. No, actually I think we have done this one once. I'm sure we've done this one once in FTRL football. Anyway, up under the bridge we go, up the rise, and then you're going to guess where your braking marker is again because it's a blind crest into a blind corner. Those walls are really prohibiting how much vision the drivers have into the corners. This is one of the closest things we've got to a straight on this circuit, and then we plunge downhill. Tricky braking zone into the tunnel. Against that wall on the right hand side, then over to the left. You've really got to get up against the walls here to find the speed. And up again on the right hand side as they start to climb out from under the road. Another weaving S section before blind left hander into another tunnel. And over to the right hand side. Brake as late as you dare, and as little as you dare. For the left hander, finds the wall. And he's going to go in the pits. I think he realised he's on the mediums. That's probably why. So we'll pick up Tom, who's around the final corner. And here he comes to the line. And it is a 19.3 is the first time on the board. However, he's quickly usurped by both Joker and Unsafe Release. Wasn't Mike get it, absolutely. What more could you want on a Wednesday? So Unsafe Release and setting the early running then with an 18.3. Expect that to be sort of about the peak times, so Unsafe has set an early marker. With a 39.7, that's not the optimal lap. Right, last week we had a little bit of a problem getting him in, however he has arrived this week. Tom Duval is here. Good to see him on track. Of course, long-term watchers of FTRL will recognise him from our F1 league. RIB. Making his debut, second debut of the season. He did fill in at Kyoto earlier in the season. He has now taken over Dane's ride at Royally Thick Racing full-time. Hope to see you back soon, Dane. So you can see how he gets on then. Currently P4 after the opening runs. The Royally Thick Racing now apparently is Team Tom Duval and Tom Price. Now this man has been in good form around here. He really enjoys the circuit, and he was the only man that was particularly happy that we're going to be doing 3 races tonight. So let's see. Does he improve? Not this time. Does Joker improve? No, he does not. Does Safe improve? No, he does not. Big up the Odon, absolutely, Chelsea. Welcome to the chat. Odon currently P6. So he's getting on. There's a bit of change. I mean, whoa, hello, Odin's purple in sector 1. Just Mikey, meanwhile, has improved dramatically on his second run from his 39.7 up to an 18.5. That's good enough for P2. So, he's showing good form around here. Now, the good thing about this circuit for Mike, for regular FTRL watchers will know, of course, he hasn't really got anywhere he can run off. So the chances of him finding a gravel trap here are slim. Not impossible, this is Mike. But at the minute, going well from P2. And he is very purple in sector 2. They're nearly half a second up on unsafe time. Now, where is aforementioned unsafe? There he is. Let's see how he's getting on. Now the fuel's starting to burn off a little bit. But if Mike can get into the 17s, that would be a very, very impressive lap. So unsafe gets on. Does he improve? No, he's down. Let's go find Mike again. Where is he? Bastard. I instinctively look further down the order. I apologise, Mike. Good evening, Royston. Welcome to the chat. Final corner then. Is this a good lap from Mike? Is he in the 17s? Not quite. He's missed out, but an 18.1 then is the fastest lap of the night so far. Just Mikey H to pole provisionally. Tom Duval up to third. Meanwhile, with an 18.8. Just nudged down Joker, who was just ahead of Face Potter, who's also banged in a very solid 18.9. Himself fifth. Zom currently in the groove. He's been doing 18s in practice. And he was looking forward to this one, but he's not quite got it hooked up yet. In the stream, please do make sure you like the stream as well, and of course comment, keep you company, because James Fair stood me up, the little bitch. Probably out with his girlfriend. Ooh, was that going very wide? That was Zom going very wide there, and safe coming around behind him. Does Safe improve? No, he does not. So driver struggling to find some time here. Odon has just improved to P6 meanwhile, in the 19 flat. Down at the minute then. Andy struggling down in P11. Dusty Fossil down in 13th as well then, so some drivers are really struggling here at the minute. Dusty Fossil, championship leader, currently back of the grid. Well, he's on an outlap, he's burned some fuel off. Derek has just improved, he's now up to P7. Again, another star of the season so far, struggling a little bit at the moment. The championship leaders, the protagonist is Joker, who's currently the highest placed in P4. And he's going 3/10 purple. That'll be enough to jump ahead of Tom Duval. Can he maintain that then? Stay on board with Joker. Tunnel he comes. Out then into the final sector. He's still 3/10 up on his personal best. This will be a good lap. Meanwhile, into, oh no, he's still in the 18s, but he has been usurped. Unsafe release, goes faster than 18 flat to retake provisional pole. What about Joker? Is he going to jump onto lead position on row 2? He's clipped the wall at the final corner. And he's lost 4/10 in that final sector there. Big loss there. Right now, I've just spotted just ahead of him there. We have got Johnny Boy. Now, this is John Beach. He is brand new to FTRL. He's been in the chat. He's been on our Twitter. Sean, aka SVY, convinced him to sign up. He's been practicing in preparation for next season. We had a couple of people missing this week. We said, how about it? And he said, yeah, why not? So he's here. So please welcome Johnny Boy. He's currently P11 then, ahead of the two championship leaders. First, currently on his debut, he is ahead of both. Well, he was ahead of both of them. Temporarily. Still ahead of Andy though, as Dusty Fossil has jumped up, but only to P8. So, Dusty Fossil and Andy are struggling at the moment to get into the groove. Zom's also not hooked up his qualifying. I'm expecting big things from him. Still time. Safe into the pits. How's just Mike getting on? Split after this corner, so we'll see how he's getting on. He needs 62 hundredths of a second, and he is 4 tenths down, so not improving. Zombie well has improved, but only up to P8. He's not into the 18s yet. 19-1. Back ahead of Dusty Fossil. Andy is struggling here at the minute. Bouncing off the walls. He's struggling to get this car hooked up. Good evening, Jordan. Welcome. Welcome, my friend. How are we? Face Potter improves up to P3 meanwhile, so he's really getting into the groove now as well. Some good luck to Owen and Harry. Of course, Odon and Azus. Face Potter into P3 then, so we are seeing some new faces come to the fore tonight. It's a bit of a mixed up grid. Then he's still P2, he still needs to find 600ths of a second to retake provisional pole. Face Potter's nearly 7 tenths back then, so the front two are clear. Face Potter's in the wall, meanwhile. Joker improves up to third now, so Joker now getting to the groove, an 18-4 from him. Slots right to the middle of that big old gap between Mikey and Face Potter. Now a bit of the fuel starting to burn off, the car starting to get a bit quicker. Good evening, Biggles. They were definitely more important than whatever else is happening this week. I don't know whatever else is happening this week. No, there's nothing important happening this week other than FTRL, obviously. So there he goes to top of the good evening, Jessica as well. Just like a pit right now. It'll be is that Mrs. Odon? Is it Mrs. Luke? Either way, welcome. And I'm sorry for stealing your significant other away for the evening. I hope they make it up to you later. Dusty Fossil into the groove now as well. He's up to P4, so he's starting to build. He's gone just half a tenth behind his teammate then, so the Sim Demon cars, which are leading the team's championship, now third and fourth. Unsafe release, back out on track. Fresh tyres, bit of fuel burned off. Coming into a room, we're still waiting for Zom to do something big. Is this the lap? Oh, your sister. Oh, that makes sense too. In that case, they can... Yeah, don't. Put my foot right in it there. I apologise immensely. Unless that's your thing, it's fine. You're not from Norfolk, it's probably not, so it's fine. Oh, God. Why isn't James here? He took the shit though. And he has improved with a 20.1. He's got ahead of Johnny Boy. But not where he wants to be for the championship. This was a distant P6 last week, so lost some points to Dusty Fossil and to Joker. Joker now just a point behind him, and with 3 races tonight, there is every chance, unless he can get into a groove, start finding these 18s. We're losing some more points. Saved an 18.5 last time around. He's down again this time. Where's Mikey? In the wall. Oh, that's got a bit wrong. And an outlap, just a Fossil pounding around. Where is he? He's going to a split point now. Let's see how he's getting on. Is he improving? He is. He's a 10th and a half up. That'd be enough to go ahead of his teammate. Stay on board then with the championship leader. Twisty section is very Monaco-esque. He's now lost a bit of time. He's still up. He's still on course to go to P3. Space Putter gets out of the way. Flash of the lights there from Dusty. So thank you very much. This is also Monaco. It's kind of Monaco-esque, this circuit, in how narrow it is. Even in these Group 4 Vipers, which are fairly small cars, especially compared to the Group 3s. Does he improve? He does, but not enough. Lost some time in the final sector then, so he improves. Stays behind Joker. And we watched Derek. Let's look at Derek. How's he getting on? He's setting consistent 20s, but that's not where he needs to be. He's got an 18.9 on the board though. He is now blue, so he's up on his personal best. Anwar into a 20 flat. Moving closer to Jesus, but still some way away from where he needs to be. For an F1 stalwart, you thought a circuit like this, very Monaco-esque, would be right up in his street, but he has not got it hooked up yet. Then these then are the final laps. He's 3/10 up in the third, nearly 4/10 up in sector 1, so he's found a hatful of time this time around. So Felice has finished, so he has set his marker. What about Mikey? Can he snatch it back on the last lap? I think he's clipped the wall. Go on board. Throws it in through the tunnel. Right up against the wall there. Oh, he's purple. Can he hang on? This is the last big break as Dusty Foster improves up to third. Oh, he's in the wall. Was that the moment there for Mikey? He's then turned in a little bit early to the final corner. Has that cost him on the run to the line? It has. Yes, he's lost time in the final sector there. And it's just P2 for Mike, but still a very solid effort then. Dusty Fossil snatches third on the final lap from Joker. Chris Potter's in the pits. Tom Deval coming across the line. Stays P6. Derek already finished P7. Odon is P8. It's on there. Yeah, just not got it tonight. It's terrible. Well, you've got 3 races to bed in, mate, so plenty to play for. Pixie there, slide P10 from him, ahead of Jesus, and then Andy there down in P12. He will be bitterly disappointed with that. He's got some work to do. So he will maybe playing for the reverse grid race, race 3, a little bit later on. But can he make some progress in the first 2 races? And Johnny Boy in P13, but he can keep himself out of trouble. Chelsea, that is Owen's told me to say spending my Valentine's watching Owen race. Well, you are a very considerate and kind girlfriend for letting him race, and we appreciate that. Thank you very much, and I hope he makes it up to you in the most spectacular way later on. See, Jordan gets it. It's fine. Just tell him he definitely owes you something now. What that is, I'll let you decide. Please, anybody in the chat wants to put in suggestions what Owen should do to make it up to Chelsea for spending Valentine's racing in FTRL. Please put your suggestions in. She could pass them on, and he'll have to do all of them. So the wilder and the more expensive, the better. And there we go then. All right, qualifying done. You win for a start. Well, there we go. Mark it down then. So unsafe release then takes pole position because he's filling in for Goy this week. Just Mikey alongside him on row 1. Dusty Fossil and Joker on row 2 together. Face Potter and Tom Deval then share row 3. Derek and Odon share row 4. Then Zom and Alex Pixie together on row 5. Jesus and Andy together on row 6 with Johnny Boy on his own on row 7. She's got alcohol. Absolutely. It's a Wednesday. It's definitely 5 o'clock. So, yeah, knock yourself out. Not literally. But yeah, let's get wasted. So then, qualifying done. Let's get some predictions in the chat then. Who do we think is going to win this one? Is it going to be unsafe? Is Mikey going to be victorious? Or are we going to see the championship protagonists come through? Dusty Fossil and Joker lurking ever closely right behind there on the second row of the grid. Some predictions, please, and thank you. We await then the lights to start race 1. Unsafe and Just Mikey side by side on the grid. We've got 3, 4 and 5 red lights, and the race is go. Everybody seems to have got a clean getaway. We'll say they're getting a really good launch, and he pulls a couple of car lengths from Mikey, who slots in behind him, with the Sim Demon cars tucking in right behind. Got side by side in the pack there. Who was that? That was Odon trying to get up the inside of Zom. Head into turn one. Ooh, bit of contact there. Who was that? Was that Face Potter and Tom Duval, I think? Into the tunnel. Absolutely, yeah. Tight and narrow circuit. Overtaking will be a premium tonight, so capitalising on mistakes I think is going to be the biggest thing here. And Mikey is already all over the back of Unsafe, but you've got Dusty Fossil and Joker right on the back of them as well. They head onto the back straight for the first time. Mikey trying to draw alongside. They are side by side. Unsafe, they've got his nose in front. He brakes latest and stays in front for now. Oh, loads of people into the wall though as they come into the tunnel for the first time. As you were. Side by side in the pack. Who was that? Zom and Odon side by side there. Yeah, the tunnel. Zom trying to get away through. Already some gaps starting to open up then. And he's up a couple of places up to P10 already. Jesus is down to the back then. Johnny Boy's got ahead of him. Come out of the tunnel. Out of the final corner to complete lap one. Unsafe Release has about a half-second lead. Mikey's got Dusty Fossil all over him. Down the start finish straight there. And he just bounced off the inside wall there. I think they're both going to the one on the outside. That's just letting Unsafe pull a couple of car lengths away. He's nearly broken slip already. But Mikey has latched back in again. Dusty Fossil a bit wide there. Now Joker's on the attack. Face Potter closing as well. He's going really well here. He seems to have got into a groove. Over the crest, out of the tunnel. Ooh, Face Potter catches the wall, but he's still got the momentum there, and he's gone alongside Joker. I think hit the wall as well. Banging doors as they come down to the braking zone for the second tunnel. And is Face Potter going to go through? He leans on Joker, hits the wall. And through he goes. Face Potter up to P4 then. Joker shoveled back a place, and now he's got Tom Duval and Derek close in attention. Som's now up to P8. He's cleared Odon, who's slipped back behind Andy, who's making good progress in the race. He's now up to 9th, with another 10th, and Alex Pixie, Jesus and Johnny Boy still on the back of the pack then. All good learning for him. Mikey then still in slip range of Unsafe, who now has just broken that actually as they come out the final corner. To lap 3 we go then. Unsafe leads then, but Mikey's had a really good run from turn 1. He's got back into slipstream range then. He's bringing Dusty Fossil with him. These three are pulling away. There is now a 1.1 second gap to Face Potter, who's going really strongly. This is one of his best showings this season. Over as we come, Joker then regrouping in P5. He's got Tom Duval just tucked in behind him. And Derek. Zom's now starting to get into a bit of a groove in the race at least. Trying to close down on Derek. And he's up to 9th. And Odon got Alex Pixie right behind him, trying to find a way through. Nothing doing there as they approach the next tunnel. And go together out the other side. Across we go then. Jesus and Johnny Boy battling over P12 as well. Staying with the pack, that's exactly what you need to do on your debut. It's all going to be learning how to race with these people. Always got a little bit hot there though. Now up front, there is now a sizable gap then, so Mikey's had a moment somewhere, and that has dropped him away from the back of Unsafe Release, and now he's under threat from Dusty Fossil. Without the aid of Slipstream. Well, you can see he's had a really good run again through turn 1. Pulling a couple of tenths back on the race leader. Sent it through there as well. Mikey there showing good commitment. Goes purple by 4 tenths. Sector 1. Face Potter is also closing in on those two. Bringing Joker back with him, and Tom Duval is clinging on as well. And Derek. He's just holding Zom at arm's length at the moment. 4 of 14. We've got Dusty Fossil looking up the inside of Mikey here. Have we into the braking zone for the tunnel? Through he goes. Yeah, good move there. Good move from Carl. Saw his opportunity, slips up the inside, doesn't get through cleanly. Ooh, Face Potter's gone wide there, out the tunnel, contact with the wall. Is that going to let Joker through? It does. That's what you got to do. You've got to capitalise on those mistakes from your rivals, because they may be the only ones, the only opportunities that present themselves. What Sasdon has just let unsafe release ease away to 1.6 seconds. What can Dusty Fossil do that he's giving chase? Tyres squealing out the final corner. Personal best of the race from Dusty Fossil. Now tries to set about closing down. On board Mikey then. Head into the tunnel. Heads purple again. Using that slipstream from Dusty Fossil. Now just creeping back onto the tail of unsafe ever so slightly. Big old lift there, just grazing the wall. Didn't losing too much speed though. In fact, he's now 6/10 purple. Sector 2. Now this is the technical and tricky section of the lap. That's one of the key corners there. Getting that corner. Filter reference for a moment, absolutely. It's lost a bit of time, but still 3/10 purple. Then into this final tunnel. This is the last big braking zone. Now this is the tricky one. It's uphill, so you can use that uphill gradient just to slow the car a little bit, but not too much, because we've seen people banging into that wall. Turned a little bit early, they got a little bit unsettled and just clips the wall on the outside. Just lost a couple of tenths for the race leader again. And just Mikey though does set the fastest lap of the race in 18.3, so we're back into qualifying territory. I've got 1.3. Oh, just into the wall hard there. Mikey was too close though, and he hits the back of him. Couldn't capitalise. Dusty Fossil just a little bit wide there into turn 1, clipped the wall. Mikey then had a massive overspeed, but had nowhere to go. He couldn't get out from behind him quickly enough, and just clipped the back of him and pushed him along. So Dusty Fossil will retain his place. Now Joker has dropped FaZe Posser, who is now back in the clutches of Tom Duval. And Derek Zon meanwhile has homed righted as well, so he's now in 8th and right on the back, and Andy not too far away either. Hold on, slip back now. Jesus is up to 11th. He's got ahead of Alex Pixie. Johnny Boy also hanging on resolutely. So lap times there within 3/10, so he's been consistent. A bit of a wobble there, but not too many dramas for him. Good showing for his debut. Unsafe release has made a mistake, because he is suddenly under all kinds of pressure from Dusty Fossil. In fact, both Sim Demon cars on the attack, unsafe leads now. His lead's now just 3/10 of a second though, so he's hit the wall somewhere hard. Dusty Fossil with an 18.4 and a 19.8 from the race leader. Guten Abend, Herr Jones. Have you got the GT3 standings done? Yeah, please, bitte. I need my points, thank you. Mikey then slip back a little bit from the front too. He's got Joker for company. Let's try and focus on this battle for the lead. I need to go for something in this local quiz, so I will leave you watching this bit a little bit. Having said that, we've got to move for the lead here. Dusty Fossil around the outside. Change for the lead. So it's easy as that then. One mistake is punished. He lost his lead. His next one is punished by losing the lead. Zon meanwhile has just made the move as well for P7. Oh, Derek's backwards and around. Screecher tyres. As he hit the wall was the contact. I saw him changing places a couple of times. We just cut to him, squealer tyres, and Derek is around, unfortunately. Lost a couple of places there to his teammate and to Odon. He's got going again in P10, but he's now under threat from Jesus, who's up the inside as they come through the tunnel. On each other. Derek down another place then, so not been a good lap for Derek. Then goes back through. I think Jesus let him back through there. Maybe he was a little robust. Good driving there. Good etiquette there. So Dusty Fossil has found his way to the front, and he's got purple as well. Tries to pull away from unsafe. Mikey meanwhile still under threat from Joker. We'll go on board with Joker in the chasing car. I'll go through something at this local quiz, so I'll be back in about 30 seconds. have returned. Not time my batch cooking very well tonight, and without having my co-commentator here, bastard. Right, so they're making progress. He's into his groove now. He's up to P6 ahead of Tom Duval. And he's up to 8th then. After his teammate's mistake, Derek has settled back in again. He's trying now to regain some ground. We're going well, hanging onto the back of the pack there. He's still got people ahead of him. He's not been cut off. Solid debut from him so far. Up front then, Dusty Fossil now leads by 2.5 seconds then. Oh, hello, Lennon. You alright, lad? Dusty Fossil is now comfortably clear. However, we have seen already how easy it is for that one mistake, one clip of the wall, to eradicate a big advantage. Like that, he hits the wall there. That'll cost him if Unsafe has a good run. It is half a second through that little moment there. Just hit the wall. Joker has meanwhile passed Mikey, but Mikey's coming back at him. Further back, Zom keeping chase to Face Potter, but Face Potter, I think this is one of his best races so far I've seen. To be getting on really well with the circuit there, just clips the wall, but not too bad. Pulling away a little bit from Zom. A slightly tardier run. This now is the battle then for the final step on the podium. Mikey there has switched side and gone a little bit deeper as they come out the tunnel. Good evening, Schmidt. Welcome. He's had a better run there, and has now just opened that gap up. Then what has Mikey got for him? Now, if anything, Joker's kind of closing in on Unsafe. In fact, yeah, the gap between Unsafe and Joker is now closer in the gap than Unsafe to the lead. So, Steve Fossil is up the road and trying to run away from it, and his teammate slowly getting on terms. The man in P2. He's still in touch as well. Just going on further back. There's Potter still going well. Zom now kind of getting into his groove. I haven't seen him break the 18s yet tonight. He's been doing it in practice. Further back, Tom's got a little bit of a gap there. Then it's Andy, Odon, Derek. These guys are all just kind of spread out a little bit. Jesus has got Johnny Boy with him. There we go. Can he find a way through? Absolutely, yep. He's driven well. Let's see a move here. Thinks about it into the tunnel. Not quite close enough to make it work then. Had to go a little bit wide into the tunnel and just clips the wall. Oh, because the wall quite hard coming out of the tunnel though. That'll cost him. Jesus lives to fight another day. Yeah, absolutely, Tom. Very difficult to close the gap now. He's now up to 2.9 seconds. Look at how consistent his lap times. If I say consistent, he was lapping solidly in the 18s. He's now into the 19s. That tyre weather's probably take a part in that. Well, Lee's going up meanwhile. And his teammate is doing the best to get on terms with Unsafe. He's dragging Mikey along with him. Meanwhile, Zom continues to close on Face Potter. So Zom's getting into his groove. So lap times are a little bit all over the place for everybody here. Just trying to get a clean run. This is probably one of the hardest tracks in terms of as a challenge, just to keep clean. Because the track is so narrow, the walls are so close. And it's quite a high speed circuit. Even corners like that where you carry so much speed into that tunnel. But walls there. Now Face Potter clipped the wall and Zom is now right on him. So Zom is there. Of course, the result for this race will set the grid for race 2. So the higher you finish here, the higher you start for race 2. Zom thinks about to move up the inside. It's robust. Face Potter shuts the door. Zom has started to signal his intent. He's had a good run at the final corner. He's trying to get alongside. Hasn't got the momentum though. to slot back into the slipstream. Zom is now very keen to make a move here. Shows to the inside again for turn 1. Nothing doing there. Clips the wall on the exit though, and now starts to drop back a little bit. So he needs to wait for his opportunity. Up front, Mikey has lost time to the front two. Joker has caught unsafe. Gap is now just over a second. Well, it's 3.8 for the lead. Dusty Fossil then has been superb in this one. Has just methodically picked his way through as the opportunities came to him. You mouth cat. Look at your face. Come here. God's sake. So then got back up in the face. Potter's front left tyre looking very second hand. It's probably going to be hurting quite a lot. Of course, this is the clockwise circuit, so the front left tyre doing a lot of... There's not really any serious left-handers on this one. A couple you go through, there's one there, but in the grand scheme of things, all the heavy corners around here, the sort of high tyre wear, high load, high speed corners are all right-handers. That's why that front left tyre is looking very second-hand. Even on 1x tyre wear, so Potter has been flinging it in. Oh, big hit the wall there. Has Zom got a run? He has. Can he find a way through? Front gaps are all fairly stable. What's going on behind? We've got Odon and Autism together. Odon's trying to find a little bit of late race pace. He's got back ahead of Andy. Derek's there as well. Alex Pixie, John Boy and Azu still battling as well over P12. Potter going defensive into the tunnel. Can Zom switch back on him? Potter just clipping the wall. Zom's going for a send. Not close enough. Trying to distract. Force a mistake. Nothing has been coming, but out of the final corner then. This has been a superb drive from Dusty Fossil. He will win race 1 tonight. Congratulations to him then. Unsafe holds on for P2 from Joker. Solid job from him. P3. Mikey's going to come round and be disappointed with P4, but still solid points for him. Then in the background, then Faith Potter's going to hold on, is he? He is. Out of the final corner. Zom finishing 6th. Tom Duval's got Andy now, so it's all changed back here. Tom Duval holds on. Andy spins across the line ahead of Odon and Derek. Alex coming across the line then in a lonely P11. And further back then, Johnny Boy has gone ahead of him on the final lap then. He will pick up P12. Great job there. P13 for Azus. Well then, it is victory again. 2 in a row then for Dusty Fossil. He won last week's endurance race. And he wins the first sprint race of the evening. Save the replay before I forget. Victory then for Dusty Fossil by 2.5 seconds in the end from unsafe release. Then he was holding off a charging Joker there at the end. Mikey then finishing a distant 4th in the end there. Be a little bit disappointed there, but still solid points for him. Face Potter, one of his best drives. Superb there and did a really good defensive drive there at the end to hold off a charging Zom. He got into the groove late on to come up to P6, and Tom Duval held on for P7. Ahead of that cluster of cars with Andy up to P8 in the end then. Got back ahead of Odon at the end, who finishes 9th. Derek recovers to P10 after his spin. Alex Pixie in a bit of no man's land P11. And then Johnny Boy coming home P12 on his debut with Azus behind him in 13th. Now then, so the result for race 1 decides the grid for race 2. So Dusty Fossil, having started 3rd in the first race, will now start on pole for this one. The room is being prepared. And while we're thinking about it, let's go have a quick look at the championship standings. Coming into this one then, in GT3. So in the individual, Dusty Fossil coming to this week leading on 156 points. He was 12 points clear of Andy. That lead will have increased now, but it will now be over Joker, because Andy on 144, Joker was on 143. So Joker now will have leapfrogged Andy into P2. Derek is 4th on 114, with Zom on 100 points. Behind him in 5th. Odon was 6th on 80. Then Macman 7th on 78. He unfortunately is missing this week. He's going to spend time with his missus on Valentine's Day. Ugh. What is going on there? Goy is 8th on 70. No, he's on 68.5. We've got Dane, who now is Tom Duval, 59.5. Alex Pixie on 55. Zombie at 11th on 53.5. Then Face Potter 12th on 47. Bruce Lee, who's also missing this week, on 45. Mikey just behind, a point behind. He'll now have jumped ahead of Bruce Lee. He was on 44, and Jesus on 40.5. Race 2 then is pretty much the same again. Another 14 laps ahead of us. So they're doing a practice start. Now, of course, drivers may be slightly more in the positions befitting of their pace in this one. And a few people who are possibly out of place. What does that mean then for race 2? Is it going to be a tighter battle at the front? As I'm saying, it's so hard to overtake here. Absolutely, mate. So tight and narrow is one line. It really is about capitalising on mistakes. So there, Zom trying to put a Herculean effort to try and get past Face Potter, but Face Potter just parked his car everywhere he needed to. And Zom not able to find a way through in that one. However, no, you're good. You just got a lot of making up to do, mate. Sit on my phone cable, thank you. No past him at all. Well, got another 40 laps to find another way through, and if worse comes to worse, then you'll have a partial reverse grid and you'll get ahead of him that way. So, for race 3, so they're all good. You'll get him eventually. And he's in a hurry to get on with it. Everybody's in their cars. So, ready to go. We are. I have been given the death stare by Silver Tabby. You look like less pissed off at me, please. Race 2 of the night then, another 14 laps. As we await the commencement of race 2. Then predictions of this one, then Dusty Fossil will be leading us off alongside Unsafe, Joker and Mikey on row 2. Board in the pack. Let's go on board with Mikey for the start. Moves her up. Long hold there on the red lights, but we are away. Good start there from the front 4. No changes in the position here. See Face Potter there in the screen behind. There's a bit of side-by-side action further back. Witchell. Off the wall there, it was Joker. Unsafe then going on the attack early on. He's all over the back of Dusty Fossil. These two have broken away immediately there because Joker clipped the inside wall at turn 1. Let's put him under threat from Mikey. Face Potter is under attack from Zom again. Tom DeVallen and Andy side by side as well. He's a little bit wide there. He's clipped the wall and he's going to get up the inside. Through he goes. Cuts across then to cover off Odon, who switches to the outside. And he wraps up Tom Duval as well. So Tom shuffled down a couple of places there. Just that's how easy it is. Just clip the wall. And you are losing places immediately. Dusty Fossil then has seen off the advances of Unsafe so far on lap 1. The final couple of corners. They're screeching wide. Then it will lead us across the line for the first lap. You've got Unsafe tucked right underneath him. Safe shows to the inside there for turn 1. Just trying to distract him. Set up a move. Dusty Fossil clipped the inside wall, but Unsafe clipped the outside wall. Letting Joe could just ease back in a little bit, then the front four again breaking away as they did in race 1. Face Potter giving chase. Oh, Odon up to P6, and so Zom's had a bit of a moment somewhere, lost a position. Meanwhile, Derek and Andy have just switched places. Tom Duval and Alex Pixie side by side. Alex Pixie goes up into P10. Good move there from the Team Pixar car. Duval just getting shuffled backwards so far in this one. Good forward then with Alex Pixie. Head into the tunnel. Got Andy ahead of us. Tom Duval behind. Both Derek and Andy running a little bit wide there out the right-hander, out the tunnel. Derek's slow there and Andy's right up the back of him. And they've both been held up slightly. So what that's done is let Alex catch right onto their rear wing. See how he's clipping the wall. Tries to line up a move on his teammate. Knows that these two also latched onto the back of Zom and Odom. And meanwhile, Face Potter has checked out and he's caught onto the back of Mikey. So Mikey's dropped a little bit of time to Joker, who's still trying to catch back onto the lead two, who are still circulating just half a second apart. So Justin Vossel still leads, unsafe giving chase. Joker trying to close the gap, then a bit of a gap back to Mikey. He's got Face Potter with him. They both just clipped the outside wall though. Odon up into P6, who's had a good start to this race. Some touch right behind him, then Derek and Andy. Tunnel. Oh dear, that was Zom very sideways. And he's clipped the wall there coming out of the tunnel and gone for a narrow line, trying to look up the inside of his teammate. And he clipped the wall on the outside, so it's very difficult to go offline here. I know he's obviously trying to distract the car ahead of him. Both Zom and Odon running wide there. Now Derek's all over them. Zom's looking for a way past Odon. Nothing doing so far. We come out of the final corner. This train of cars in heading down the start-finish straight. Odon out the front. So Zom has got rid of one Globo gym car and found himself the other one. Instead then, he's going to go for a move down the hill here. He's not quite able to get alongside. Ooh, somebody at the wall. Got a bit of a run then. Odon covers the inside. Someone's trying to find a way through though. Pops out late on. Is he going to get alongside into the corner? Oh, they're robbing. It's difficult as a one line through there really, and that's going to let Derek. Oh, Aaron, 3 wide. So I'm getting swamped by the Roush cars. Andy sneaks through, and also then goes to the attack of Odon. Not able to get around the outside. And what this has done is bring Tom Duval and Alex Pixie back into it as well. So look at this train. Great big battle in the pack. Odon very much the cork in the bottle here. He's got Andy looking at the inside as they come through the tunnel. Nothing doing there. Pushing him through the corner. And Jesus and Johnny Boy are catching as well. He's got half the field in a battle here. What a battle this is. Odon's had a good run at the corner then. What's Zom going to do? He's going to try and work with Andy to close on Odon again. Push him along the straight. And he's going to pop to the inside. He's going to pop to the inside for turn 1. And he hangs on around the outside, leaning on each other a little bit. And he hard into the wall there through turn 2. Zom goes through. Derek's going to wrap up his team as well. There's contact between the Roush cars. And here comes Tom Duval. Back ahead of Derek on the run up the hill. They're leaning on each other now. And what that's done is also brought a Zeus and Johnny Boy, and Alex Pixie slipped all the way to the back there. Meanwhile, Face Potter and Mikey nose to tail. Joker in a bit of no man's land then. Oh, a side by side. I'd say around the outside for the lead. Takes it away. Yes, he does. Through he goes. Great move there from the safe release. Takes the lead. So what's Justin Vossel got now then? Go back to this pack then. Odon's making a bit of a break for it meanwhile. Zom and Andy trying to sort themselves out. Tom Duval back up to 9th. Jesus is now up to 10th. He's had a good lap there. Alex Pixie's now finding himself back in 11th. Johnny Boy's down to 12th. And Derek's all the way to the back. Rough and tumble in the pack. Who's that going wide? That was Jesus. They're going wide out of turn 1. Lost a little bit of time to Mike, who's just eased away. Joker very much in no man's land at the minute. A couple of seconds off his teammate, a couple of seconds ahead of Mike. And while the aforementioned Dusty Fossil is all over the back of Unsafe, so this race is not over and done with. Look through the S's they go. Don't really have to cover in too many places on the circuit because it is so difficult to find your way through. It's the mistakes like that, Unsafe into the wall, compromises his run. That's where the mistakes are. That's where the opportunities are. Wall strikes. So not close enough at the minute then. Unsafe gets some respite and down to turn 1. Find your braking marker. Unsafe's a little bit wide there. He's very wide in the wall. He's just also going to get the inside of him. He's gone for it. There he goes, but then he hits the wall on the exit. Like reflection, really. I think this could be an absolute headache there. So he's had a good run out of that corner. A very good run. Pop back to the inside. He's got the inside. Is he going to get through? He does. Yep, gives him room. Unsafe back to the front. So looks at the inside, not able to get through. They've lost half a second, more than half a second. Meanwhile, probably a second, in fact, the Joker behind them, who's trying to get into this battle. Then the Sim Demon cars can double up on Unsafe. For now, he leads. The Sim Demon cars giving chase. Mikey now has got a bit of a buffer over Face Potter in 4th. He's still going well in P5. Meanwhile, Odon's still in P6. Coming under increasing pressure from Zom, and he's bringing Andy with him as well. Away. First couple of corners on, closing in on Odom. Only issue in this upturn, unfortunately, because Chelsea's driving in this one. Zondo trying to go for a move. He's got to run through the tunnel. He's up the inside. Can he get the move done? Yes, he can. However, he's run wide on exit. Can Odom come back at him? No, he can't. And now Andy is now thinking about trying to find a way through as well. Drops into the slipstream, so Zom's found his way through. Can he stay there? Zom's there, not the best run. Odon's got nowhere to go though. Oh, there's big contact there. Andy's to the wall, but he's through. And Tom Duval gets through as well. Odon clipped the wall. And he managed to get around the outside, and Tom Duval, who had the momentum behind, found a gap. And through he goes, and Odon down to 9th. There's all that hard work undone on one lap, unfortunately. Still quite a way to go in this one then. Jesus now catching up as well. Derek, Alex, and Johnny Boy. Unsafe then leads now by just under a second. Just as Fossil Joker's hanging on there as well. Mikey now easing away from Face Potter, but can he do anything about those front three? A big old gap he's got to close, 2.7 seconds. Need some mistakes from the three ahead of him, I think. Remaining 5.5 laps. Are going really well again then. I think he'll be quite happy with 2 P5s if he can hang on. He's got 4.5 seconds back to Zom, who has now checked out of this battle. Tom Duval has got ahead of Andy. Meanwhile, in fact, Andy slipped back behind Odon. Like I said, he's just slipped back up the inside of him. Couldn't go through the tunnel. Yeah, absolutely. I'd say this is probably one of the hardest tracks on this game. Because of the walls being so close in, it's so difficult. Seeing even the guys at the front struggling to keep it out of the wall. So it's Tom Duval there, grinding as well. So he carries a little bit too much speed into the final corner. He's clipped the wall. That's given Andy the chance to close back in again and bring Odon and Jesus and Derek with him. He slipped back a little bit now. It's kind of sat in between Derek and Johnny Boy. 19.2 look, so there was a quick lap there. He's got that one hooked up. His lap of the race. And unsafe meanwhile is into the 17s in this race. Then that's the first 17 we've seen. However, he just clipped the wall and has got Dusty Fossil all over him again. So they've been threatening a 17. We've seen one finally. But clipping the wall and let his rival right back onto him again. So it looks like once again it is unsafe versus Dusty Fossil for this one. So on we go, Dusty Fossil waiting for his chance. Around there, Joker's just slipped back again to 2.6. Comfortably in third. Mikey easing away from Face Potter yet further, but not making much headway on Joker. Face Potter holding steady as Tom not able to close in. What's going on back here? We've got a battle again. It's Tom versus Andy part 2. Jesus now up to 9th. Odon's down to 10th. Derek's there in 11th. Alex and Johnny a little bit further back. Oh, that's Derek on the outside of Odon. Odon's had a poor run down the straight. Derek's going to go through. Oh, leaning on him. Odon has the inside and retains the place there. It's getting a bit rough and ready in the back again. Oh, Odon's hit the wall there coming out of the tunnel. That's the Jesus. And Derek is back on them again. Derek had a run down the outside. They're going into the tunnel. He tried to cut across, but he hadn't got clear. Odon was able to hang on. But they just clipped the wall there on the exit. And Derek's back into it again. Odon popping out there. The inside, no, he's not got through, and Derek's going to switch back there. Odon was offline, compromised his entry into turn 1. And Derek said thank you very much, and through he goes. Good move there from Derek. And seized that opportunity. Well, has lost the place to Andy then, so Andy has got through into P7. Tom is still right with him. So there they go. Just going up front then. Tom is catching Face Potter, but not quickly enough. Mikey's still in no man's land. Joke's still in no man's land, and meanwhile unsafe. Looks like he might have broken the resistance this time. Unsafe release. Let's go back into this battle between Andy and Tom. What's going on behind as well? Derek, Jesus, and Owen. Oh, Tom's through. So I missed that one then, so Tom gets back ahead of Andy. Andy must have clipped the final corner. And he's going to make that move all over again. Meanwhile, Derek's looking up the inside of Jesus, clips the wall, bounces back across the track. And Odon sneaks through as well. Oh, and then Derek's into the wall again. On the outside now, he's trying to get through on Jesus. Well, Andy side by side. He's got the inside, Andy's got the momentum on the outside, but is he going to get clear? No, he's not going to go side by side. Tom into the wall, Andy into the wall, into each other. Tom stays ahead. What's going on back in this one then? Jesus still in P9. Clips the wall, Derek clips the wall as well. They're all pushing hard. They're just trying to get alongside there through the twisty section. That's not going to work, surely. Andy trying to go on the outside of Tom there. That's a brave move as well. But nothing doing. Look at these three, they're nose to tail. As they come into the final quarters for the final lap, Jesus has turned in a bit early. He's going to compromise his run. Everyone's got to run here out the final corner. I'll bet you're not. Checking with the leaders then, unsafe, 1.1 seconds ahead then on the final lap. This one then, barring a mistake, seems to be in the bag. Joker then in a lonely but comfortable P3. Mikey in a lonely and comfortable P4. Face Potter has got a friend. Zob has caught him again. So he couldn't find a way past in race 1. How was about in race 2? He's only got one lap to do it though. Tom's pulled a couple of car links on Andy. That fast right-hander out the first tunnel. He's still 9th. Derek's though, he's got a great run. Derek's got a huge run. Can he hold it into the tunnel? Jesus is trying to hang on around the outside. But Odon's up the inside of him as well. Through goes Odon. Jesus is wide. Missed the victory. Unsafe wins from Dusty Foster from Joker. Mikey's going to cross the line in P4. Face Potter is again going to deny Zom. Is he? Yes, he is. Zom again ends up staring at the back of that Blobo Gym car. That's 5th and 6th. Tom Deval at the final corner. They're side by side. It's a sprint to the line, and Tom Deval gets there by 39 thousandths of a second. Derek's going to prevail in that battle for P9. Odon's going to be P10. Jesus P11. Johnny Boy then going to come home in P12. He's going to pip Alex Pixie. Again, beating one of the regulars. Good job there from him. And Alex then in P13. That 1 minute 30 in there was definitely costing him. But then he is back, and that is his first. His first victory since his return. Then unsafe release is victorious in that one. Then by 1.8 seconds, prevailing this time, third time of asking in that great battle with Dusty Fossil, who just is being pointsy this week. Banks good points there for P2. Joker also being pointsy there, another P3 for him. Mikey another P4, Face Potter another P5, and Zom another P6. Tom Deval this time held off Andy for P7 and P8. Derek P9. He was in the wars of that battle with Odon and Jesus, who were 10th and 11th. Johnny Boy once again coming home in P12, and Alex Pixie this time had a one lap to forget in that one, and that dropped him to the back, and he ends up P13. So we've got partial reverse grid race, which is being drawn now. So let's see what number is drawn then. So of course this is between 6 and 12. Oh no, Jesus' TV was trying to turn off at the final lap. Hate when that happens. Absolutely hate when that happens. That would explain a lot, yep. So at least you know it'll be alright for race 3, mate. And it is number 11 that's come out of the hat then. So that is Jesus. Jesus said is going to be on pole position for race 2. There you go, mate. That's what you get for it. At least race 2 may have been compromised, but race 3 you're going to be on pole position. So P11 then is the reverse, which means that Jesus then is going to be on pole. Odon alongside him on row 2, then Derek and Andy together on row 3, 2, 7, 10, 9, 8. Yeah, row 2. Tom Deval and Zom together on row 3. Face Potter and Mikey together row 4. Joker and Dusty Fossil together on row 5. And then unsafe release will be alongside Johnny Boy.
Weird Alex Pixie then in P13. Justin Fossil has emptied his sack. As we line up then for our third and final race of the evening. The partial reverse grid race. Of course, this is just the start of FTRL action because we love you so much and it is the day of love. We are going to bring you 2 more days of FTRL action this week. Of course, GT2 tomorrow. In fact, both Thursday and Friday's GT1 are at the same circuits this week then. So we've got a triple header sprint week. Well, say a triple header double sprint week with an endurance race to finish. The first race is a Group 4 race around the glorious Goodwood circuit. It is our God Save the Spin week, which means it is the British circuits. So Goodwood plays host to a Group 4 race. Then we have a sprint race at Brands Hatch Indy. Again in the Group 4 cars. However, that will be on the hard tyre. The Goodwood race is on the softs. So you've got the Nissan Silvia on the Thursday, the Mazda 3 on the Friday. Both the same rules apply. So softs on the first race, Goodwood, and then hards only at Brands Hatch Indy with a feature race at Brands Hatch GP to round off in the Group 3 cars there, where only the soft and the hard tyres are available. So it is about trying to manage those tyres, or do you risk you running the hards in that one then? So that is what's coming up Thursday and Friday, GT2 and GT3. How I rock my lawnmower attachment? I might have to break out a John Deere livery, or a Class 1 or something along those lines. Hoover, Hater, what other? Black and Decker. There's got to be other. Please get your lawnmower brands in the chat, please, for livery ideas for everybody for Thursday and Friday. Zom will be seeing Globo Gym cars in his sleep tonight, by the sounds of it. Eric just pointed out that Rangers are top of the league, which is nice. He can race now. There we go. So now Derek's focused on the race. We expect big things from him this when they'll be starting third in this one, of course. Maybe a Kawasaki. Did Kawasaki do lawnmowers? I thought they just did motorbikes. I've never seen a Kawasaki lawnmower. You're talking out your arse, Jonesy. Google says so. Right. Well, I've honestly never seen a Kawasaki lawnmower, but I will take your word for it. Ride-ons, of course. Of course. That'll be fairly rapid, I imagine. Alex Lowe's and Axel Pisani riding your Flymo, of course. Of course, Flymo. Bosch. I mean, to be fair, I've already got a green car, so let's see for the Group 4, so that could work. Hyundai as well, there we go then. Car and bike manufacturers, of course, Lamborghini. Started off as a tractor company. There's a hair on your face. Here we go again then. We're about to kick off. Race 3. Is this the race on? Come on. Promise me big things. We wait the countdown then for the final race of the evening, the partial reverse grid race. Here we go then. Jesus and Odon on row 1 together. Are up. We've got 3, 4 and 5 red lights, and the final race of the evening is go. And it's a good start from Jesus. He's got a good launch then. Odon tucks in behind him, and it's Derek, Andy, Tom Duval. Everybody had a tardy start. Everybody seems to have got away okay. down towards turn 1 for the first time. Jesus then, how is he going to hack this pressure of leading? This could be a big opportunity for these three at the front. Jesus. Oh, there's somebody round in the background. Who was that? Oh, it's Zom. Spinning down the circuit. Alex Pixie's absolutely yeeted him down the road. Oh, and Zom's chances of victory then up in smoke on lap 1. I was just going to say, it's a good opportunity for somebody else to take a victory here with Jesus, Odon and Derek up the front. Yet to win an FTRL that I'm aware of. Andy, meanwhile, has just slipped up the inside of his teammate, though. Really makes it difficult to overtake it. A lot of cars for the quick boys to come through. There's an opportunity for a new race winner. Then Odon up the inside of Jesus, out the tunnel into the lead. He goes then. Big old tank slapper from Jesus, and Andy wraps him up as well. And here comes Derek on the scene as well. Oh, Jesus is still sideways. Derek's trying to get alongside of this contact. Tom DeVal to the back of one of them. It's face Potter. Mikey, who's just got through there. Joker unsafe. Is ahead of Dusty Fossil. They're just biding their time in the pack then. Then Johnny Boy's up in 11th. Alex Pixie got caught up in Zom's accident, and Zom all the way down the back. Oh, big shame for Zom. He's been looking forward to this week's race as well. His practice has been going really well, and his race is good. Big opportunity, goes all kinds of wrong on lap 1. Chase for the lead meanwhile. Andy's hit the front then. So I did say earlier he might be looking at race 3. This is his big chance then. He's got a few cars in between himself and the sort of quicker guys from the earlier races. Joker's only in 8th. Safe in 9th, Dusty Foss in 10th. He's got several cars in between him. Can he now make hay while the sun shines, break away? Tom DeVal's ahead of Jesus, and so Jesus just slipping backwards a little bit then. We'll come back now at Tom DeVal though. With a bit of clear track then, can he pull away? Odon's going with him. Derek now leading this second gaggle of cars. Under all kinds of pressure from Tom DeVal. Mikey trying to go around the outside of Jesus, who's then clipped the wall, coming out the final corner. Is that going to give Mikey a run? It is. They're alongside each other down the straight. Mikey will slip through. Or will he? They're going to go side by side to turn 1. Jesus gives him the room. Face Potter meanwhile holding off Joker in 7th. He's in 2 5th places tonight, and that's Dusty Fossil trying to go around the outside of Unsafe. Then has not been able to shake off Odom as they come out of the tunnel for the third time, sorry. They're doing a really good job of hanging on to him. Tom DeVal's up to 3rd. Oh, it's 3 wide. Meanwhile, further back, Derek slipped back a place. It was Mikey. Who was it? It was Jesus, Face Potter and Joker that were 3 wide. Well, Derek's had a poor run through the tunnel there. Mikey's thought about trying to go for a move. Couldn't quite get overlapped though. I think there's one coming out of the pits, Pagani. Derek to the inside of Tom DeVal. There he goes. Oh, wow. Oh, there's absolute carnage in the back. Who's that? All the side by side. There's all sorts of bumping and boring going on in the pack there. What's that? That Joker and Jesus getting together. Absolutely. Big also present. Zeus then very much in the thick of all this battle then. Cars then start to break away slightly, then Joker Face Potter. Unsafe and Dusty Fossil are keen to get on with this, try and find a way through, but Jesus doing a good job of defending so far. Hopefully his TV doesn't turn off. Oh, who's that? That's Tom DeVal and Derek going side by side. Tom DeVal goes through. Derek's had a poor run, he clipped the wall, and Mikey's through as well. That is it. That's just one mistake, and look how much it cost you. Before then, Andy then has now broken Odon slightly. He's 1.4 seconds clear, and starting to pull away. Then to 19.2, the fastest lap of the race so far last time around. It looks like it's happened on this lap because Odom was only a tenth slower. Tom Duval now leading the charge of the rest of the pack, most of which are in this gaggle here. Tom Duval, just Mikey, then Derek, then Jesus, then Face Potter, then Joker, Unsafe, and Dusty Fossil. A bit further back, you got Johnny Boy and Alex Pixie, who were caught up in that opening lap smash with Zom, who is unfortunately some way off the back in 13th. He's had a clip to wall, I think, there, and Derek's got to run through the tunnel. Derek will take that position back. Good drive for Mikey there, just realised he'd made a mistake, tried to cover the inside line. Derek just had the momentum to drive around the outside of him. Dusty Fossil has found his way past Unsafe. So that's P9. Behind his teammate then. That's just Mikey going side by side with Derek in the tunnel. He's showing the inside but not able to find a way through, and now he's compromised his run, and Jesus is now all over the back of him. Looks again to the inside of Derek, then coming through the tunnel. He's just trying to disrupt him, but we've seen that often means that the car behind just goes in the wall. That's Mikey has done there. That's going to compromise his run. Jesus is looking at the inside, Joke up the inside of Face Post. That was a bit of a hip and shoulder. Oh, the spinning against Dusty Fossil. Has gone around. Gets it pointing in the right direction quite quickly. He's on his way again. Johnny Boy and Alex Pixie squabbling over P11. Meanwhile, they're side by side down the start finish straight. Oh, that's a bit rough there from Johnny Boy. Gives Alex Pixie a hard old shove. Oh, there he goes. Andy, meanwhile, up front, untroubled, as extending his lead. 2 seconds, and Tom Duval has just had to break away from that pack behind. Can he do anything about the gap to Odon ahead of him? Derek and Mikey behind them have just sorted themselves out slightly, trying to give chase. Oh, Mikey's now in the wall, so is Derek. Mikey's hard in the wall. Tyres start to smoke. He's down to P8. Is Unsafe going to get through as well? He goes round the outside. That's a ballsy move. He's made it stick though. Oh, it's a big shame for Mike. Dusty Fossil now thinking about sticking his nose in the inside as well, but not able to do so. That tunnel is narrow. Oh, let's say Zeus in the wall, and Joker's up the inside of him. And Joker's up to 5th. Now Face Potter's got to run on Jesus as well. Is he going to make a move into turn 1 there, side by side? And through he goes. So Face Potter up to P6. Up front, Andy now has a 4.2 second lead then. So he is now very comfortable up front then. We are on the 7th lap, so we're at half race distance once we complete this lap. As comfortable a lead as we've seen all night. Manage that gap then. Odon meanwhile now is just trying to manage his gap back to Tom Duval, but Tom Duval is caught by 7 tenths. Continuing to catch as well. Now this pack have just spread out a little bit. They can all focus on themselves rather than lights in their mirrors. Derek, however, has got Joker closing in for 4th. Joker of course with 2/3 already tonight. Lost just a couple of points to his teammate. We'll be getting them back and some more at the minute. So Dusty Fossil and just Mikey then. Here they are, 8th, 9th and 10th. Safe and Dusty battled over P1 and P2 in the first 2 races. They find themselves battling over 9th and 10th in this one with Mikey. He's got a good run on Carl. As Carl places car. Mikey deciding not to go for it yet. Then we're into the second half of this race and half the race done. Half the race to go. Alex Pixie. Battling hard as I'm finally getting to the 18s. Just with an 18.999. What's going on there? Jesus just slipped back behind, unsafe. I think he's clipped the wall. Dusty Fossil coming up to have a go as well. So Switch to the inside. Down the back straight, heading towards the tunnel. Gives him a bit of a squeeze. Clips the wall. Ooh, big puff of smoke there as Mikey goes to the back of Jesus. Around the outside, Jesus coming back at him now. And now side by side through the yeses section. Ooh, banging doors, banging walls. Yeah, very much so, mate. Very much so. Yeah, it's good to see. It's very frustrating, I'm sure. He's been looking for. He's had a good pace this week in testing, by the sound of it. So he's looking forward tonight, but it just hasn't happened for him, unfortunately. Oh, there's been a change. Meanwhile, for P2, Odon's had a bit of a mare somewhere. He's all the way down to P5, so Tom developed to P2, but that has now given Andy a 6.8 second lead. So Andy now is away and clear and comfortable at this stage. Then Tom going really well. He's P2. 1.4 seconds back to Derek. He's giving chase half a second ahead of Joker. Then Odon, we don't see what happened to him. Just 3 seconds on that last lap. So he's had a big wall hit somewhere. Face Potter behind him in 6th. Steve Fossil has meanwhile caught and passed unsafe. He's now trying to come back at him as they come out of the first big tunnel section. Back on terms with Johnny Boy then. He's to reel him in again. These two coming back together. He's a little bit wide there. In the background there, Zombie is closing in as well. So he's getting his head down. Trying to close in on these guys. Trying to find a battle. I think he'll just be happy not to be looking at the back of a purple car by the end of this race. And meanwhile, just a little bit of his lead, but he's got a big gap. He can just manage that then. Tom doing a good job of holding Derek at arm's length. Also is under pressure from Joker, but holding him off. Odon has settled back down again then. Back into the 1 minute 20s. So it was just that 3 seconds he lost on the last lap. That's cost him 3 places. And unsafe giving chase meanwhile to face Potter, and Mikey's there as well. So it's by that big old moment where we saw Mikey sideways in the tunnel, smoke pouring off his tyres. He's back in the hunt now. Goes down on unsafe. Jesus then led from the pole position in this one. Unsafe running in P10. Alex Pixie just behind him, and Zom closing as well. Seems to be the one to watch at the minute. He's now all over the back of Derek. He's up the inside of the final corner. Derek sweeps across and takes the nose off, but then clips the wall on the outside. He's going to give Joker the run. He's going to have enough momentum to get there for turn 1. The answer is no. He drops back in again. Sensible drive. Derek's so wide through turn 1, but he can take that wider line. Keeps the momentum up. Oh, he's wide again though, and this time into the wall, and Joker is through. So Joker up to 3rd. Is he on for a hat-trick of 3rd places? Possibly so. Incoming is Odon now as well. But Derek, in fact, Odon's got a big old run up the hill here. Is he going to get up the inside? Not got there quickly enough. As he had a good run there out of the right-hander along the back straight. Justin Fossil lurking in the background as is unsafe. Face Potter slipped back a couple of places. Up front untroubled in this one then. Andy comfortably leading this one. Finally getting regularly into the 18s as well. Didn't see him get there in qualifying. He's now there in race 3. Now he's just managing the gaps. Oh, got a nice comfortable gap at the minute as well. Joker now. They want to try and break that trio of 3rd places and make it 2 thirds and a second. He's got 3 laps to do it in. Comfortable in 4th, Dustin Fossil making a move on Odon for P5. Through he goes. And I must have flipped the wall at the final corner. And he comes down unsafe as well. He's up the inside into turn 2. Through he goes. So his moment took his opportunity nicely. Ship down to 7th, then Mikey now, meanwhile, all over the back of the other Globo Gym car. Face covers the inside line then, heading up the hill into the next right-hander. And Mikey switched back on the exit. He can. However, Odon's giving his teammate a good slipstream. We should see him stay ahead. And it does. He's got a run on his teammate here. They're going to go side by side into the tunnel. In fact, Face Potter goes round the outside of Odon into the tunnel. Great move. Up to P7 then. Odon then gives him a bit of a nudge. Also delays Mikey. Jesus now finding himself in a bit of no man's land. Johnny Boy has got Zom behind him, so Zom has got ahead of Alex Pixie. Onto the penultimate lap of the race then goes Andy. Meanwhile, Tom DeVal's got Joker there. Joker's found the time as Tom had a poor lap. 19.6, 19.0. I think Joker's had a better lap there. He's latched onto him. So we've got 2 laps then to try and find a way through. Derek's now got Dusty Fossil all over him. Trying to do his teammate a favour, but he's clipped the wall on the exit of the tunnel there, and through goes Dusty Fossil. Up to 4th. A late surge through the field, but Dusty Fossil finding his way through, and Joker has found his way past Tom DeVal into the tunnel as well. And these 3 and unsafe. Unsafe. The 2 Sin Demon cars on unsafe, then just slowly picking their way through late on here. Joker's found his way all the way up to 2nd then. Dusty Fossil's got to 4th. Unsafe meanwhile has just gone past Derek for 5th. Globo Gym cars 7th and 8th, nose to tail. Oh, Face Possel's clipped the wall there, the front corner. Not seen that before. Mikey, what's happened to Mikey? Mikey slipped back to P10. He's had a big drama somewhere. He might lose out to more places there. He's out the final corner, but Zom suddenly there. So what's happened to Mike on this lap? He's going to have the run into turn 1. Not quite. Johnny Boy's in the wall quite hard there. Up front though, 8 seconds is now the lead then. Andy has got this one very much sewn up. Joker then hanging on for P2, and Dusty Fossil trying to find a way through at the inside of Tom DeVal out of the tunnel. Tom glitched the wall, but Dusty Fossil can't find a way through. But up front then, he's had the perfect race 3. Apart from that corner. Out of the final corner, that Andy wins race 3. Comfortably so then. Joker's going to come home in P2. So 3 podiums for him then, and Tom DeVal will hold on for the final stop on the podium ahead of Dusty Fossil. Unsafe is P5, Derek is P6. Odon will prevail in the battle of the Globo Gym cars for P7 ahead of his teammate Face Potter in 8th. Jesus going to come round then for P9. Led the opening lap, or most of the opening lap. Just Mikey then down in P10 by the end, then unfortunately Tom then salvages P11. Johnny Boy gets P12. And Alex Pixie P13 in that one then. The results then of race 3 then, and it is victory in race 3 for FTRL Autism. Andy then prevailing by 7.3 seconds in the end. Comfortable victory for him in that one. Joker then coming through for P2. Tom DeVal saves that podium there right at the death there. Under intense pressure from Dusty Fossil, but he holds on to get P3 with Dusty Fossil, championship leader, coming home in P4. Unsafe release comes through for P5. Derek gets P6. And the 2 Globo Gym cars, Odon in P7, Face Potter in P8. Jesus P9, Mikey down to P10 then after some dramas late on. Zom, who got span around on lap 1. There was a salvage job there after, recovers to P11. Johnny Boy and gets 3 P12s in his first week. And Alex Pixie then rounds off the finishers in 13th. And that is the end of the racing tonight. Trifecta of races around Tokyo. It was tough, it was rough. But everybody has survived, so well done everybody for keeping going in that one. It's not the easiest track here. It's a very difficult track to give the GT3. But no, we were ramping up the difficulty this season for GT3, but that was a tough old slog, so well done everybody for surviving that one. Should get a little bit easier next week, I believe. Let's have a quick look then at the calendar for next time out, if the cat would move her ass. Where are we next week then? We're back with the endurance races next week, which is good news. Back in the Group 3 cars. Again, it is choose, of course, from the 3 cars you've got, which is the Mustang, the BGT, FT1 Toyota, and the Subaru WRX. And next week then, after the... we're going to swap the tight confines of Tokyo. For the sweeping S's and the beautiful curves of Suzuka, no less. However, just to make it a little bit more difficult for the GT drivers, it is wet week. That's right, it is wet week in GT3, then next time out at Suzuka. So, a very unique set of conditions for the drivers to get their teeth into next week. Their first ever wet week, so please join us for that. Of course, the action still coming thick and fast on FTRL this week. GT2 tomorrow, 8:30 from Goodwood and Brands Hatch, as is GT1 on Friday, also at 8:30. So please do join us for them. If you haven't already liked the stream before you go, please do so. Thank you for everybody who's commentating, and a big FU to my no-show co-commentator, Jadon. I will ram you off the track on Friday. Oh, not here. Well, the next time I see you on track, I will ram you off. So, there we go. Stand me up, Valentine's, bitch. Rude. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the action, and we are back again tomorrow with GT2.